again,
Good?
yeah, we should be good. We should be good.
Hello.
Yeah.
Oh, let
So
me
if we-
pull it up.
Yeah, if you pull it up on your computer, we can make sure that we are live to the world.
I can pour over the comments.
Pour over the comments, right? So I was actually inspired by one of my favorite politicians this week, right?
Sarcasm.
Sarcasm. Yeah, so sarcasm, again, I've talked about this with my students. I know it's a bit confusing, but that's when you say something, but you mean the opposite. You mean the opposite. So if I say Donald Trump is one of my favorite politicians, I'm actually saying he's not. He's not my favorite politician. But he is very interesting to see in action, right? Or maybe...
Well, he's
yeah, good, yeah.
He's
One of a kind. Yeah.
eccentric.
Eccentric, yeah. So one of the new things he's been talking about online is about how great of a writer he is. He's like, I'm one of the best writers ever, and everyone likes my writing. And he put up a tweet, which I'll put over my face right now. Ready? Boom, over my face. And he says, after having written many best-selling books and somewhat priding myself on my ability to write, it should be noted that fake news constantly likes to pour over my tweets looking for a mistake. I capitalize certain words only for emphasis, not because they should be capitalized. So in this tweet, maybe some of our better students, can you find the mistake? Or, yeah.
Could a native speaker find the mistake?
A native speaker, I think the average native speaker would have to look very closely. One of the people who, I guess I'll just get out of the way because my head's under, but one of the people who found the mistake was J.K. Rowling. She's the author of Harry Potter. Obviously, she's a very good writer. And if you're someone who cares about English, if you are a teacher, of course, or if you are a professional writer, if you're someone who uses English a lot in or at your workplace, you might be able to see this difference, right? Donald Trump used this part. He said pour over. And we use pour over when we're talking about like a drink, right? Or if you pour something, I don't know, what would you pour?
Well, like the famous Italian dessert, affogato,
Oh, affogato, yeah.
which is a scoop of ice cream with espresso poured over the ice cream.
So pour over is literally the action of pouring a liquid usually over something else, right? But if we pour over something, this has a special meaning, right? So hopefully I'm right. This idea to look
Through, I guess.
to look through, and usually I think look closely through, right?
In detail.
Yeah, in detail, or to really search closely to see if you can find something important, right? Or you're studying for a test, you pour over your textbook, making sure you understand everything before you take the test, right? So that was something that, right? Again, our role model Donald Trump, he made this word choice mistake, vocabulary mistake because of this confusing pair of words, right? This
So even native speakers get confused.
Even
I
native
would say,
speakers,
in fact, I would say especially native speakers get confused.
yeah, because right, if you're someone who's learning this as a second language, you might learn this rule, but native speakers we only hear, and these words they sound the exact same, right? Pour and pour, completely. The pronunciation is just the same. So that good stuff.
Homophone.
Oh yeah, homophone. Yeah, we have homophones and homonyms, which I've been learning about with my students. Right, and they're in many languages, many different languages.
Of course.
Yeah, so
absolutely.
Right, I'm sure you have them in yours. These words that sound the same, but they can make life difficult for us. Maybe we can think of another two words that are pretty close in meaning, or.
Yeah. Do we want to keep doing that?
Yeah, you want? Or what do you think? Do you want?
I don't know.
We could do either. I think maybe we'll hold off on homophones for a while.
Let's do it. Homophones. I'm in.
We could do a bit of homophones. Yeah.
Tangent. We don't have much time today, by the way, because Mark has to
just a little bit of time. I have to teach at 3 o'clock. But yeah, if we do homophones, let's What can I remember?
Well,
from
you could have like a naked bear.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Naked bear.
Or you could be
Bear naked.
naked.
So, very different.
You could also be a bare naked bear, I guess.
Oh well, I think most bears are bare naked, right?
Unless you're Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, true, is wearing a shirt.
Wears a t-shirt,
Wearing a t-shirt?
but no pants.
No practical reason, but that's not here nor there, neither here nor there.
Neither here nor there.
Yeah, but yeah, right. You want to explain this wonderful pair of
Well, bare means nothing.
similar sounds? Yeah.
Naked means no clothes. We will not be
Yeah.
demonstrating that.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have a bare naked, which means wearing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And a bear is,
A bear, yeah. Yeah, or one of my students got confused
a bear.
with another pair of words. You know, bat and bat.
Bat and bat?
Bat and bat. So we have baseball, right? If you guys like baseball, we have a baseball bat, of course, baseball bat. But we also have the flying version of a bat, right? It's actually an animal that flies in the sky. If you like vampires, we have a vampire bat, sucks your blood.
I don't know if that's real or not. But
Vampire bats? Yeah, there are vampire bats.
No, but do they
But-
actually suck your blood?
I think they do. Yeah. I think that's why they're called vampire bats. Again, someone has to comment and help me
Yeah,
prove this.
please cross-reference that.
Crawford, you can be my fact checker.
Bill, if you're not doing anything.
Yeah, Bill, you can look for vampire bats. I remember from my childhood. I remember reading about them. I think they do. Not people usually, but like livestock, animals.
Oh,
They'll tend to
okay.
bite.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no bats like coming up when you're walking across the street and just latching onto your neck. We're a
Turn
little,
into Dracula.
yeah, we're a little bit. I think we're not good targets for them. But yeah, but livestock, wildlife.
Got it.
Yeah, there are real bats that
Got it.
are vampire bats.
Okay, so
Yeah.
as usual, we have
Yeah.
tangented.
We've tangented a bit, but again, there's the similar sounds that gets confusing, and we were talking about even something like its and its.
It's
Right?
and it's.
Yeah, so some things we use for grammar, like of course all of you learn whenever you are in elementary or beginner, that we take the word "it is" and we smash it together, right, to create it. Yeah, right. It is becomes it's, right. But we can also just say, right. So that one, if you see the apostrophe s, it always is going to mean it is.
Mm.
But we also have its. Right? ITS. So when do you use ITS?
As a possessive.
Possessive, right? So if it's, I don't know, when would you use it? It's
I like this marker.
Oh yeah.
Its color
Its color
is purple.
purple. So, right, the marker's color, its color. We don't do the apostrophe because that would change to it is color is purple, which is not correct.
Not English.
Yeah.
In Singapore, you would say its color is purple color.
Well, no.
Purple color one.
You see, we'd call that a bit too repetitive or redundant.
Yeah, redundant.
Very redundant. So we don't want to do that.
I think.
yeah.
Hi, Khan. Khan says hi to Mark, not to me.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Well, if you were watching Con, I talked about bat and bat. We did that in class.
Khan, what about me?
Yeah. All right.
Nobody says
Mark
hi to me.
and Matt. All right. So, but yeah, I think since we're doing some words we use for grammar almost, we can do the you.
Well, this is just a possessive.
possessive. Yeah, possessive
Yeah.
form.
Possessive
Right?
pronoun.
Yeah, possessive pronoun.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Now.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you need to go. Okay.
I gotta go for 2
That's
to
okay.
3 minutes. I
That's
gotta
okay.
do
I'll
a
quickly go
mental
into
test,
the
so
different ones.
It's yours. The only other thing
Yeah.
I was thinking of, this is something common that Americans, I read a lot of Facebook comments, stuff like that. You should never read the comments, but I do.
Oh, yeah.
Would
Okay.
of and would have. Would
Oh.
of and would have, because would have,
Yeah.
and a lot of Americans
Right.
actually think it's
It doesn't
would of.
exist, right?
Yeah, would have is
It's
not.
doesn't exist. So yeah, we can quickly go into that as well if we have
I'll be back.
a little time. But yeah, since Matt's out of here, right? We had this confusing one. We have our it's, and I'll just move you a little bit. We can do, oh, actually, never mind. I'll just be here with you. We'll do a slightly different screen. And I'll just teach you by typing away, giving you a couple examples. Okay? So if we take, let's see, the slideshow. Here we are. And then I'll say goodbye to Big Me. Hello, hello. Whoops. And, oh good, small me over here. Right? That we can do a couple examples if I can get this to work correctly. Okay, so let's see. So we have your and your, right? Let's see. Oh, good, perfect. We have your, and then we'll also talk about there, and there. So if I do your, just like the other contraction we did the it is becomes its, right? You are is for your. And just like its, right? We do like your mother, right? Your sister. We're using it as a possessive. Right? That was the word that Matt threw up there, right? Like your mother, your sister, right? We're using it in that case whenever we have Y-O-U-R, right? Your book, your friend, right? Those are all okay. But for your, right? Same pronunciation, this one and this one, right? But they have different meanings. Okay. Same for there. If we have there, if I do their, okay, again, their mother, their sister, right? It's, again, a possessive, where we're saying whose mother, whose sister? Oh, their mother, their sister. Again, we're taking a word like they, and we are changing it so that we can show who owns what. Same with that one up here. For our beginners, I'll put you. Okay, and there, usually with there, we're saying usually a position or location. Okay, or oops, our location. So if I say the pen is over there, I'm going there for dinner. We're talking about a place, right? It's like, I always say McDonald's. Do you like McDonald's? Be like, yes, I'm going there for dinner, right? So, very easy. We're using it for a place or a position. And then our last one, our there, you might see a similar pattern, right? We have like, it's your there. Your also changes, right? We're doing they are. They're happy. They are happy, right? So just be careful. If you see this contraction, right, from either like your or there, right, it does have a different meaning, okay? So I hope that helps. I know these ones are ones that just drive some people crazy. Even native speakers make mistakes. I see many beginner writers always using THERE instead of THEIR when they're talking about something they own, right? Their pen. Okay. So just be careful with those whenever you are in class or when you're writing something for a friend. I think our other, the other confusing words we had on our list, I'm going to quickly take a look what we had. There are many confusing words. We thought of a couple up here, right? We already did pour over. So I can, I'll strike through that. So we don't need that anymore. We did the its and its, right? So maybe don't need that anymore. Your, there. Oh, this one. Let's talk about every day versus every day, right? I'm sure you've seen these before, but do you know the difference between every day and every day, right? If I say, I go to work, oh, whoops, oh no, I changed to Japanese accidentally. I go to work every day, right? Or it's an... Okay. So how about that first one? If you're watching, we have 2 people watching. For this one, what do you think? I go to work. Is it one word or 2 words? I'll give you a second to think. Think about it. Right? Okay. Yeah, just think about it for a second. Okay. So now I'll give you the answer. I go to work every day, right? For this one, we'll use it as 2 separate words. I go to work every day. Okay? So it's usually frequency, right? Every single day, 2 times a week, like that. Every day, 2 words. But if it's an everyday problem, we're actually using it as an adjective, right? It's an everyday issue, or everyday occurrence, right? Something that happens every day, an everyday problem, right? An everyday problem. Maybe your son never wakes up on time, right? It's an everyday problem, right? He doesn't wake up every day, right? It's an everyday problem. So that's the way we use that one. And I just noticed that we did have a comment about the its versus its, right? So Con, I hope that helped you. Again, if any of you who are watching or watch this later, if you have any questions or any words that you've seen before where you're not sure, you're like, I see these 2 often and I don't know the difference, right? You can comment and we'll try to help you in a future video. Okay? And for now, let's do one last one. Again, I can't stay very long today, but we can do one more example before we finish. Okay? So let's do these words. We have something like travel, journey, and trip. Right? These words they don't have the same problem. The words we talked about before have similar sound or the same sound. These 3 words are ones that are close, right? The meaning is very close, but they do change. I know we got Matt back for this one, so I'll switch out of my text view.
Hey kids.
Yeah. So we'll our last thing today, we'll talk about these things. We'll talk about that journey and trip. Okay, we're back.
Great.
Back in action.
Hi,
Yeah.
everybody. By the way,
Yeah.
Con did have a question, or not a
Oh.
question, but she said I
Yeah.
always use it's instead of it is.
right?
Well, now you know.
Yeah. So hopefully you know now, Con. That's don't beat yourself up. Don't get too worried about making that mistake. It's a very, very common mistake. Even your like intermediate and upper classes, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's an easy small thing that you can forget to do.
I mean, again, native speakers make this mistake too.
Yeah, all the time.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So I said our finale. We'll talk about.
Oh, we're already there.
Yeah,
All right.
we're in our last 10 minutes, so we'll talk about travel versus journey versus trip. Because even for me as a teacher, I also get confused with some of these. I just know fixed phrases. That's usually how I know which one to use. Like, because I go on a trip, or I like to travel. So I just have certain phrases I always use. But Matt's been teaching these for a while, so I'll let him take the wheel. Do you have an easy way to try to think about the difference?
So travel, journey, trip. Okay, so we can remove
Yeah.
travel because travel's a verb.
Mm.
So trip and journey are both nouns. So we
Okay.
can remove travel from this because I travel to work every day. I travel once a month, something like that. In that
Okay,
case,
so just
it's a verb. So we can just eliminate that.
don't worry. So
actually.
just remember verb, and then okay, these
And
two.
journey basically just means from A to B. So
Mm.
this can mean from your home to your office. That's a journey. How long does your journey take? It takes 5 minutes. It takes 1 hour. That just means from A to B. It can even be from here to another classroom. Technically, from A to B. My journey from here to the toilet is 30 seconds.
Okay.
So journey just means going from A to B. Okay? And then trip usually means you're going somewhere and you're coming back. So it's basically two journeys. You're taking one journey here and another journey here. So if I take a trip, I go to the office, then I go back. That's a trip, like a round trip or something like that. So it's basically A to B,
And then
and then A to B, right? So it's
Okay.
basically two journeys that you're
Okay.
taking. That's a trip. So I'm
Yeah.
taking a business trip. I'm going to Thailand and I'm coming back. That's a trip. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah.
pretty much straightforward. Journey is A to B.
Okay.
Trip is A to B. A to B.
Okay. So just I guess the main thing just the thinking about the noun versus verb.
Yeah.
And
And then
separating them that way,
and then,
right?
Yeah. Travel is a
Yeah. And then travel as the just make sure you know
is a verb.
that's a verb. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And then I guess and a lot of them if you change the verb, right, if you make it a gerund, you like I like
Traveling.
I like going on trips. I like I enjoy the journey. Bro, right?
Yeah, but it would
Yeah.
still be a
It would still
I
be-
enjoy the journey
Yeah.
back to Canada.
Back
I
to
don't,
Canada. It would
I
be the
don't,
A
I
to
don't,
B.
But yeah, it would
Yeah.
be from Singapore to Canada.
Yeah.
Of course, I stop here or stop there,
Yeah.
but it's from the starting point to
To getting
To
from
the-
here to
the
Canada,
end.
the two-way versus I enjoyed my trip to Canada,
Hmm.
right? It's his entire experience, right?
yes,
Yeah, over
exactly.
and back.
exactly.
Yeah, and travel again. Like if you say you enjoy traveling, you just enjoy moving to different places, going different places.
I enjoy travel.
Right?
The
Yeah,
act of travel.
The act of traveling, the act of moving from country to country, seeing
just-
new things.
yeah,
right?
buying tickets or booking hotels, and
Yeah.
that's all kind of
Part
traveling.
of travel. The whole entire the topic of travel.
Yeah,
So-
we won't get into gerunds and infinitives.
Yeah,
today.
that gets it's dangerous territory. We again our intermediate and upper we learn that, but I think gets a bit tricky.
We can do that next week.
Yeah.
We haven't done that. I don't
Yeah,
think.
well, we haven't done that as a video, so yeah, maybe that'll be next for us.
Gerunds and infinitives.
Yeah, Jared's infinitives. Yeah, because that is another one where a lot of it sometimes they're interchangeable, sometimes not, right? For different words, so you gotta.
Actually,
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, English is
Yeah.
confusing anyway. Language is confusing
Yeah.
anyway. So
Yeah. So
um,
what are you gonna do?
watch videos and read
Yeah.
blogs and
Read blogs, learn.
go to English class.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and again,
Lunch or drink.
if you guys liked this, if you guys liked the video, actually like it underneath. There's a little button where you thumbs up or smile or get angry, whatever you want to do. Show me your feelings.
You can tell me
And-
what color pen you prefer: purple,
Mhm.
black,
Purple, black.
green,
Yeah, we can customize this video experience for you.
red color one.
Ooh. Red color one. It's a red pen.
Oh, red color, by the way, it's a Singlish thing. The reason why I was joking about that earlier, it does come directly from Chinese, right?
Oh,
You
they
would say
do
like-
red color one.
Well, you would say Hong Se,
Hongse.
which is
Okay.
red color, or Bai Se, which is
Oh.
white color.
So they have to say color after the color, right? Or don't?
Yeah, well, they have to say the word color
They,
after
they
the
always
color.
go together. They always go. The two characters always go together.
Yes.
Okay.
So that's where it comes from. A lot
That
of
does get
Singlish.
confusing.
A lot of Singlish comes from
Hmm.
Chinese.
Okay.
Well, a
Yeah.
mix of different languages. Zara will tell you.
Oh,
We don't want to get into this.
that's another possible topic. I had my intermediate students asked me about Singlish, so
Well-
we might need a guest speaker for Singlish if we
Zara.
if Zara's ever available, or we can Skype someone too if someone is at home, or we can maybe find a way to beam you onto this exciting broadcast.
Because Singlish is fun.
Singlish is fun, so. But
all right.
I guess yeah, that's it for today. Again, guys, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next week.
Adios. Have
Until
a good
then.
journey home.
Yeah, have a good journey home. I hope it doesn't rain. So, bye bye.
Well, don't.